Hello. Hello, Melissa. Hello, interior designers. So excited. Today, we're diving in. The myth versus reality of a virtual interior design assistant. And if you're a designer out there and you are excited about this topic, you should be. But I should also point out, not only because we're going to discuss this, but because in particular, today we have Melissa of MC Virtual Assistants. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, excited to be here.
So excited. Now, I reached out. Melissa and I are connected on this because there are a few things that we have in common. One is that we love interior designers. And that we love breaking down really the mystery and providing the ability for designers who are professionals and own their own business to be empowered. Mm-hmm. That is something, Melissa, that really stuck out to me about you, and that makes me very excited to be here today.
Yes. Very, very excited to be here. Passionate about what we do and what we do for our designer clients. So yeah, excited to kind of dive in and, just discuss more about it.
So Melissa, would you mind sharing a little bit about the business?
Sure. Yeah. So my name's Melissa. I have a VA agency called MC Virtual Assistants, and where we are specialized is that we purely work with interior designers. So all of our clients are interior designers, various scopes and scales of businesses, a lot of sort of single women, female designers wearing all the hats, needing support. We also work with larger scale firms as well, supplying niche support as necessary. You can probably tell from the accent, I'm not actually from the US originally. I'm from the UK, but I'm now here settled in New Jersey. I've been in the US now for 5 years, and I started this business. There's definitely a demand there for this type of service with interior designers. I had some interior design clients of my own. And, the referrals started and we grew from there. So we provide a variety of support. We do niche more in the kind of administration side. So the back office, all of your procurement needs, client onboarding, client communications, admin, support with accounting, orders, tracking, scheduling. Anything to do with the back office, we can do it for you. And we do have VA team members as well who have a design background. So we also do offer rendering, drafting, support as well, sourcing, mood boards, that sort of thing. So it's very much a tailored service depending on what your business is and what your individual needs are.
Ooh.
Throwing that one out there.
Well, and this is, so, when it comes to, so you listed, it's such a personally, it's such a beautiful list. It's beautiful to me because it's organized. It's a system. You have the details and you have the experience. Mm-hmm. When some interior designers, they will have conversations, or they'll start to think about, maybe I need a VA, right? So like, I know I've been asked this, I know you get this question, right?
Yeah.
What I would like to do is let's just define what a virtual assistant is for an interior designer, mm-hmm. and what it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we are, we're independent contractors. So, the beauty of a VA is, we're not the full-time employees. Mm-hmm. There's no overheads, there's no taxes, no equipment, no, no commitment there. So we are a team member. We personally very much want to still become part of your business. So, we operate, we're not just on like a project by project basis. We like to think we can come in and, be for the outside world, we will be your admin assistant or your procurement manager. So, we can have an email address which is attributed to your company. So, it's not somebody that's not going to be part of your business. We're very much doing, VAs are kind of doing the doing. We're not kind of
Mm.
coming in telling you sort of how to run your business. You've been through the coaching, may already have your systems, your processes, your procedures in place. You need somebody to come and actually physically do the doing for you.
I love this because
Yes.
someone to do the doing.
Yes. Yeah.
And that it's sometimes it's known as like white label, right? So they're contractors, but they're able to do it really like client facing or from that branded standpoint.
Yeah.
And the doing, because once a designer knows what they need to do in business or what it looks like or what it can, the ability to then have someone else do it.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
they're no longer the one who's wearing that hat,
Yeah.
who's making that purchase order, who is tracking that item, that is contacting the client,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
So so we can
that
do
was
all that behind the scene, and not only can we do it, we can potentially do it more effectively than maybe what you would be doing it yourself. We all have the area things that we love to do. That saying, do what you do best and outsource the rest. I love that. It's very true because it's, I kind of liken it to, me, myself personally, I hate cleaning. For example, hate cleaning. Other people love it. Fine. Me personally, hate cleaning. So okay, I have all the tools to do my cleaning. I have my Hoover. I've already decided that I want the Dyson over the Sharp. I've already chosen my tools and my processes. I have everything lined up there. But for me to now go and clean, it's probably going to take me 4 hours, and that I hate doing it, and it would be rubbish. It would still probably need doing again once I'd done it. I hire a cleaner, she comes in, she takes 2 hours, and afterwards it looks sparkling. She's done it twice as well as what I could do in half the time.
Yes.
It's kind of, it's a good analogy.
Well, it's a perfect analogy because interior designers, they're not admin people, or like
exactly.
So some are very good at Excels, but I would say that if you're a professional interior designer and you own your own business, you're not super excited to get in there and answer emails or
orders.
but it is necessary.
Yeah.
Well, and it's absolutely necessary, and the ability to know what it's supposed to look like and have someone else who that's their only, like one of their only jobs or their main focus, so they excel at it. Then you scale your business, then it grows, and designers get to continue to do what they love most while ensuring the things that are necessary are getting done somewhere else.
Exactly. So, it's giving the time back because, we're taking those tasks off of your plate that you really probably don't want to do, don't enjoy doing. That's then giving you hours back in your day to actually, do the designing, grow your business, take on new clients.
Take the weekend off. And, that looks like a variety of things, right?
Weekends. Exactly that. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm sure that you get this question because I definitely hear from the designers we've worked with and that we connect with. Like, when does a designer know that it's the right time? When is the right time for a designer to start to get the help, to stop being the one woman or the one man shop who's doing it all?
Yeah, it's a kind of, the sweet spot, the hiring sweet spot. It's in between that time when you feel if your business isn't sort of steady enough to take on, have the financial commitment. Maybe it's sporadic, but if you feel you're in a good, place, it's in between that, but not letting it get to the point where you're then too busy to deal with having and taking on that person. You've had the time, you've got some systems in place, you've got some processes in place, you're kind of steady, you've got a steady workload, but you personally are, busy. You're wanting to grow your business. That's the next step. You're wanting to grow and take on some new clients. So, that's the perfect time then to bring in that team member to, you've had time to evaluate also what tasks you don't want to be doing. you're kind of able to look and say, okay, you know, I would love to be handing off the client onboarding, or I purely want somebody to come in and take off the procurement from me. You know, I'm placing a lot of furnishings. That's taking up, you know, far too much of my time. I'm having calls from vendors telling me that something's been delayed or damaged, or I don't have time to deal with that. Someone to purely take off the procurement. It might be that I just need support with some drafting or rendering. So, you know, it's kind of identifying those areas in the business as well of where you feel that now you're in a point to outsource and offload, that then is going to give you that time back. But not, you know, not like, you know, to be honest, a lot of our designers who call me up and they're like, I'm wearing all the hats, I'm stressed, it's like I'm working
30 hours a day. I mean, yeah.
And I can't cope and I need help, you know, yesterday.
Yes, that usually will cause a designer to take action.
Yes.
And I love highlighting that there is that sweet spot, because it's a decision.
Yes, it is.
Because you can get to the place where you're so busy, and then you will spend and take on, or, you know, you'll do anything to just make the problem go away. Whereas that sweet spot is that place where you're steady, you have contemplated this. You know, one thing we do with our designers, and we have them walk through to really identify what is the first part of their business to have support in. Because the blanket idea of like, oh, you need to hire a design assistant and then you can, you know, they're billable and all those details. I mean, yes, but is that really the area you need? And that's a part of that sweet spot of like, okay, where can you find the freedom in order to reach the next level?
Yeah.
And I will highlight, I mean, if designers, if your hair is on fire, do connect with Melissa. She's going to help you put it out. It's just for those who are in that space, that in between, are, you know, you think you're ready and you know you are ish. Right.
So, I mean, you know, often a lot, you know, of the time that happens is we exactly that, establish those areas of, okay, you need the support with the procurement, or, you know, we could do procurement and client onboarding and a bit of admin support for you. Like they are VA, some of them have like a business administration background, some have a design background. So they all have experience working in the industry, because that is key, because this is a very unique industry. A lot of unique challenges and, you know, things to learn. You know, we know our COMs from our CFAs and all of that. You know, that is important to have, because again, you know, you're taking on a team member. It's, you know, they need to have a knowledge and an understanding of the software. You know, do you use Studio Designer? Maybe you use Mydoma, maybe you use Design Files, maybe you know, so they all have experience individually in different softwares as well, you know, because that's important. You know, you're not going to have necessarily the time to train on all of those platforms. Obviously, you're going to have, you know, your systems and procedures that will be unique to you, but, you know, you don't need to start training in all of the software.
Yes. And the one thing which, when you work with someone who is specialized like in this arena, there's going to be some getting to know, because not all designers are the exact same. That's one of the things that I love, is that not all designers are the exact same. Not all the goals are the same, right? So there's going to be some getting to know each other.
Yeah.
The advantage of working with someone with this experience, like with one of your assistants, is that they can then help improve systems, or because they're working because it's only professional interior designers, to share insight that will also save a designer not only time but money, to help innovate. And that the win-win that comes from that relationship, the saving of time, reaching goals faster. I mean, I'll stop.
Yes, exactly. You know, they often, all of our clients, you know, have different needs. No one designer and their company are the same. You know, I have found that for sure. You know, and we have clients who aren't even just, you know, single standalone designers. Some of them already have, you know, in-person design assistants. They have office assistants. We have one designer who we have a VA just purely do their client onboarding calls for them. They just literally field all of the client inquiries. You know, they're a busy firm. So it doesn't need to be somebody who doesn't have any employees either. You may already have, an office assistant. Designers do have a need sometimes for that, that boots on the ground, I call it. That kind of extra body there, doing the running, collecting the samples, helping with photo shoots. There is sometimes a need for the in-person role, but a lot can be done virtually. Mm-hmm. So, that's again, it might be that you have in-person assistants as well as virtual.
And I love this distinction, because sometimes the idea of a virtual assistant, people automatically, or designers automatically assume, oh, well, that's for just designers who maybe have a home office, or they're, they are just one person, one man band, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whereas it's about having a virtual assistant is about really identifying areas of support, mm-hmm. and that isn't just a geographically centric area, that person can be really amazing at drafting or some admin elements or in software, mm-hmm. and the freedom that comes from that ultimately.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. The excitement. So what, for when it comes to how do I say this? When it comes to everything, they're never going to know everything that's necessary before hiring a VA, mm-hmm. Or even exploring it. But let's just give maybe a quick bullet point of some indicators. Mm-hmm. So for designers who are out there, to recognize that they are in that sweet spot. Because if their hair is on fire, they know it. Right? Yeah, no one is like, oh, are you busy? Like they don't need that list, right? So bullet points, just touchstones for those designers, so that either if they're in that sweet spot, or mm-hmm. so that they are able to recognize, mm-hmm. Could you share a few those touch points?
I think some of it as well, it's where a designer kind of sees their business going. If you're in this spot now, you have, 4 or 5 projects. I actually spoke to a designer last week. She's like, my intention next year is I want to have an online shop. That's what I want to do. So, I want to change my software. We're moving from Studio to another software. She's got changes and things that are happening in place. She knows where she wants to be. She needs the support to make those changes happen, because she still needs to run the business. She's still running the day-to-day, still has her client, but in order to grow and be able to focus on those areas of growth, she's needing the support with the day-to-day to grow the business. So, if you're kind of comfortable with what you've got, you're like, nope, I'm just taking 3 projects a year. I'm static. I can manage. Then that's all good. If you're in that position where you want to be growing and you're thinking, okay, how can I do this? I'm not ready to take on the commitment of a full-time, team member. I'm not there yet. I don't have the projects. I'm nervous to do that, to take on that financial commitment, because, it is a commitment. It's not just a financial commitment. It's a commitment to that person as well. Yes. We're here as subcontractors, there's no commitment, we do month to month. So, if God forbid, all of a sudden you lose project or lose clients, you're not then tied in. So it's a kind of natural next step to take on the help, but without the commitment, financially. It's then going to help you to then grow and to take on that next client. A lot of our hours can be billable to clients as well.
Thank you. So when I hear that and they say, oh, it has to be a design assistant, I work privately with a designer and we're working through that with her. And, no, everyone, it's not just a design assistant who's billable. Okay. Go ahead, Melissa.
So, you're at the minute, that designer is sitting there placing those orders. They're doing the procurement. They're online at Restoration Hardware. I mean, this morning I spent 2 hours purchasing furniture. I was going mad with a credit card. It was great. Shopping with somebody else's money.
It's going to be beautiful.
I'm there. I'm placing all of those orders. But, if for a designer to sit and do that, that's their rate. That's their time. depending on what their fee structure is to a client's project, whether it's hourly or flat fee, they're still billing that out at, their rate. Ultimately, that's something that, a VA can be doing, but they're still billing it out at their rate if they like, or, a reduced administrative rate. But, a lot of what we do, talking of financial commitment, isn't necessarily a full commitment, because, like I said, a lot of it can be passed on through the business to clients as well.
Which is fantastic.
Billable rates, yeah.
And I love the paradigm shift in that when a designer gets to a point where they want to grow but they're not sure, it's not them doing more work. It's not them putting in more hours.
No.
It is a paradigm shift, because in order to reach the next level of business, it's like what got them here to where they are, fantastic, like to be celebrated. It's not going to what's going to get them to the next one.
No, they've spent the time putting in those systems and processes. They know how they want their business to run. They've identified their software platform that they're using. It's Studio Designer or Design Files or it's Madoma. They know that they're creating their mood board in Canva. They have some processes in place for client onboarding, how they do their purchasing. They know who their receiver is. They know their billing schedules. They have their LOA. They may or may not have sort of welcome guides and internal sort of client facing documents, because sometimes we support with those as well. But there's definitely some element of structure there, so that VA can then come in and implement those procedures that have been identified.
I was about to tell you that that's my bar name. I don't know if you do this, where you can have like a fake name, like this has been a very long time, where I could be like Veronica, right? Next to my, so like you say the word implementation, and I joke that like implementation, like that word alone saves years and time and money and provides freedom and growth and all the good things.
All the good things that come with it. Yeah.
So, Melissa, that means when you and I get to be in the same place, if I say my name, if I introduce myself as implementation, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Love it.
Well, Melissa, thank you. And the truth is that you and we could talk about this. I honestly, we could talk about this for a very long time.
Yes, we could.
Now, we could. You have a business. You have assistants that you are helping to helping to keep the wheels not just on other designers' buses, but to help them thrive. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. And what I do want to do is just highlight that any designer who's on here, and you are in that place where you know that what you've done has gotten you to where you are, but you want to get to the next level. And you want to have more freedom. You want to have the ability to grow, to expand, and whatever that looks like. Not just, and I'm not like growth can sometimes be defined as like people think of like, oh, having a lot of people. No, like growth is in more freedom, so that on the weekends you're not answering emails.
Yeah.
The freedom to take on and be more selective on your next big client. The freedom to not be totally either on your own, or the freedom to not have to bring someone in-house 100% and take on that commitment. If you are there, or you know that you're going to be very soon, I highly recommend connecting with Melissa and going to her website, which is mcvirtualassistants.com. And Melissa, when they get there, what can they do?
On the website, we have all of our services, some information about our sort of plans and packages, and there's a contact form. So you can submit an inquiry there, or there's a link also to schedule a discovery call with me.
Perfect. Good. So thank you for your time. Thank you for having this business. Thank you. No, truly, because your dedication to to interior designers into really helping them thrive and grow is so sincere. And that had you not made this business, we wouldn't be having this conversation today, and you would not be impacting the lives of your designers, and they would not be impacting the communities that they live in. So thank you.
Means a lot. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for your time. You know where to go if you're in that place, and we'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.